Welcome into Magic Digest, everybody. I'm your host, Patrick Previty. This is your one-stop shop for Orlando Magic basketball content here on YouTube. We're just going to hop into the topic immediately today, and that is the Magic. They're peaking at the right time. This is great for a lot of us Magic fans as well as for the team. They just got the win over the Boston Celtics a couple nights ago, which gave them that 7th seed officially after their win the other night against the Atlanta Hawks, and they got the division crown. So right now they're sitting at 40-40, and they might not make it to 500 just simply because they might just coast through the last couple games of the year, but definitely something to be proud of. This team has fought through a lot. I've had some negative opinions on this team, some positive opinions, negative videos, positive videos, but this video is just going to be an all-encompassing look at what this team is doing leading into the playoffs, as well as their game against the Pacers, which you might see potentially after the Pacers game tonight, how they're going into that. Okay, so as usual, guys, make sure that you subscribe. These are new updated numbers. A lot of you guys watching are subscribed, so let's continue to keep that up. We're trying to get to 1,000, hopefully by the end of the month. Been saying this for a minute now, but be a great thing to have and a great thing to get to. Okay, so the Magic were a team that was injured at the very beginning of the year, essentially. Paolo Banchero went down after 5 games with the oblique injury. This team was able to keep their head above water. They struggled a little bit, but Franz found his groove. Then he went down, and it was the Jalen Suggs and Cole Anthony show, and Jalen Suggs really tried his best to stay healthy for the rest of the year, but it was clear that the bumps and bruises, for lack of a better word or term, just got to him. He had a knee issue. He also was dealing with back spasms. He, I think, also had some other issues, maybe with like his ankle, and it just was. It was his whole body. He essentially broke down. He had to put the team on his back, couldn't handle it, broke down, and this team kind of had a lot of trouble finding their way, even with Paolo and Franz leading the way. They had trouble finding their groove. Now it seems like they finally have been able to do it. They beat the Atlanta Hawks, and they got that jump on them, that edge that they needed, and they were able to finish off the Boston Celtics, who weren't playing for anything, but it's been really good. So this team is now going into the playoffs playing pretty good basketball. They're 8-2 over the last 10 games, won their last 4, and that's an official winning streak that I can say that we have not experienced in a very long time this year. So that is awesome to see from this Magic team, and when you're playing well going into the play-in into the playoffs, that does mean something. When a team is not, there are plenty of teams that aren't, in the NBA, then that means that they're probably not going to make it too far in the NBA playoffs. That's a real thing. Unless they're actually resting their starters, that's something to actually keep an eye on, right? Like the Atlanta Hawks, in my opinion, aren't playing up to potentially what they believe is their standards, and the Detroit Pistons are 5-5 over the last 10, and you have other teams maybe across the NBA on the Western Conference, such as Magic or the Mavericks, who are playing teams somehow, right? They're not any good. And then you have Memphis just fired their coach, Denver just fired their coach and their GM. Well, this Magic team actually has a lot of stability. So when you look around the NBA, that is something to at least be proud of, that this team is 8-2 over the last 10 games in late March and early April. They're playing good basketball. Hopefully they can just take care of business against the Atlanta Hawks, and all will be done. They'll go play the Boston Celtics, and we'll just have a litmus test to see how close they are to the defending champion Boston Celtics. I think that they're pretty close, maybe close enough to maximum push it to 6, but I don't think any further than that. But I think we're going to learn a lot and learn who we have. So tonight, the Magic played the Pacers, and if you missed it, they're resting 4 out of 5 of their starters, as I've mentioned countless times already through this video. This team is essentially taking it easy. They don't really have much to play for right now. They cannot get the 6th seed from the Pistons, and they can't drop to the 8th seed against the Atlanta Hawks. So right now they have that home playing game, and there's nothing much else. They'd rather not show much else to the rest of the NBA. And also the Pacers are pretty much stuck exactly where they are right now as well. They are 3 games ahead of Milwaukee, and maybe they could potentially catch the Knicks, but they have 2 games to do so, and they're a full game behind. Just a really tough ask for that team. Plus, the Knicks play the Cavs, who don't have much to play for, and then they end up going to play the Nets, who probably want to actively lose some games. So we'll see. Maybe the Pacers will go out there and play hard, and I'm sure they'll play hard, but actually try to get that win for standings purposes. I don't know if that'll be the case, but it could be. So when we take a look at who is starting for the Magic and who is playing for the Orlando Magic, it's much of the familiar faces, right? It's Corey Joseph, Caleb Houston. These are guys that we've seen all year, but it would be nice to see them in the biggest role possible. Starting, maybe playing 30 minutes in the game. Right now, the official starting lineup is Corey Joseph, Gary Harris, Tristan da Silva, Caleb Houston, and Goga Bitadze. So Bitadze, obviously getting that starting center draw is awesome to see this late in the year, but unfortunately it's coming because Wendell Carter Jr. is getting the rest. Corey Joseph has been the starting point guard for the last 10 or so games now, and he's been playing really good basketball. I was waiting for Anthony Black to take over the spot, and I do actually think that it should be given to Cole Anthony going into the play-in and the playoffs, but I think Jamahl Mosley is going to ride the hot hand. I think it's going to be Corey Joseph towards the very end of this year in the last 2 games, as we now see for tonight, and then into the play-in and the playoffs. Gary Harris, I know Mr. Cardio, a lot of Magic fans, it's a love-hate relationship with pretty much all of the role players at the very end of the bench, including Gary Harris. There are plenty of people who were, dogging on Corey Joseph. Well, Gary Harris is going to get the start tonight. Hopefully, he can build off of a good performance tonight, bring it into the playoffs because we need his shooting. Him and Caleb Houston in that same boat. If there is a spark that is needed, maybe we'll throw them in, make a couple threes when it comes playoff time. That could change the course of a game. Tristan da Silva, also the Rook. Man, it feels like just yesterday I was talking about Tristan da Silva and his, prowess as an older player and his ability to potentially come out of this 2024 NBA draft and make an impact on this Magic team. And he certainly has done that. Now, his minutes have certainly been restricted over the last month to month and a half or so. But this is another player, another wing that I think could be very valuable for this team come playoff time. Now, we all saw this rotation kind of get shortened, just as it does for every NBA team in the playoffs. I don't know who exactly is going to be kicked out or who exactly is going to be, left in. But right now, I would say a good chunk of these guys might not see the floor every single playoff game. That would be Tristan Silva, Caleb Houston, Gary Harris. I think Bitadze maybe is on that fringe level. Whether or not Jamahl Mosley wants to roll with Jonathan Isaac or Bitadze, it's really just a flip a coin on a nightly basis. It just depends. Bitadze is not really the same guy he was at the very beginning of the year, but Mosley does try to experiment with different lineups, whether that is Isaac or Bitadze as the first center off the bench or the first player off the bench. Wendell Carter Jr. has been getting a lot of minutes as of late. He played really good against the Atlanta Hawks, so he has much earned rest. He'll be definitely the starting center for this team come the playoffs. Obviously, Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner rounding out that starting lineup, as well as KCP. KCP left knee strain. He is out. Obviously, they kind of gave everybody some injury designations. If you're curious, Paolo Banchero, right ankle soreness. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, left knee strain. Wendell Carter Jr., right hip contusion. Franz Wagner, right knee soreness. All were downgraded questionable to out, and that happened this morning at 11:30. None of these guys are actually injured, but worth noting, worth saying, that's exactly what they're listed as, and hopefully that's a pretty decent rundown of what is going on tonight. Mac McClung, I don't believe is available. He's in the G League playing for the Osceola Magic. They're in the finals. Would have been nice to see him get some more run, but it's clear that he is not going to be involved with this team anymore this year, and that potentially means that he won't be involved with this team in the future, which is unfortunate because I thought he could have been a spark plug at certain points off the bench this year. Never really got the chance, but he'll probably get that chance somewhere else. He's a very talented young player and still has, in my opinion, a little bit of potential left to be tapped into. And I think the proper coach and the proper organization will definitely do that. But hopefully that was a decent rundown of kind of what happened at the beginning of the season and what's going on with the rotation now. I think this team will probably end either 40-42 or 41-41, so let's split the next 2 games. And it would be nice to finish 500, but we'll see exactly what happens. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. How many games do you think we could take off of the Boston Celtics? Right now, I think that's the clear and obvious matchup in the first round. Is it us losing 5? Is it us losing 6? Do you think the Magic could win? Is that a possibility? If there was one injury on the Boston Celtics, can the Magic potentially take them 7 games, win the 7th game, win in 6? I don't know. Maybe you're more delusional. Maybe you think they're going to win in 5. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What do you think is going to happen in that first round series against the Boston Celtics, as long as they take care of business against the Atlanta Hawks, or if anybody jumps the Atlanta Hawks? I think it'll be Hawks Magic in that play-in game. But that's all the time I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate it so much. And as always, I will see you guys next time with more Orlando Magic basketball content.